Hello and welcome back to the best of 21 series between TheViper and DauT. I want to start off by saying sorry really for being a little bit slow with this. I've had so much on in the last couple of weeks and I've just had so much to do. I've found very little time to actually sit down and commentate some games properly, but I'm going to try and get the series done by Sunday. That's a lot of games to do, but I really want to get it done before I move over to Greece and have to go back to using my laptop to record. So I'll talk a little bit more about that shortly. But as you know, DauT is currently leading the series 2-1, and this is game 4 of the best of 21 series. I was just like 2 + 1 3. This is game 4 then. So yeah, so DauT is actually currently in the lead, and we do have DauT in yellow off to the right of the map playing as Mayans, and his opponent TheViper in red over to the left of the map playing as Mayans as well. The map of course being Scandinavia, and this map is it's kind of nice actually. I've seen quite a lot of games played on this map. I think I remember one of the most notable ones. There was a 2v2 on this map quite a while ago, and it was just so much action. It's really good. But a couple of things to note. Obviously there are 2 strips of water, and you do have quite a lot of big fish in here as well. So it's not uncommon to see players going for the water here. And maybe both on the bottom, maybe both on the top, maybe one on the bottom or one on the top. It does look like the bottom water or the right hand water is closer though, so likely if anyone is to dock, it will be on this stretch of water here. And taking the fish on this water can be pretty beneficial, and it's not uncommon to see players ending up doing a sort of semi-grush on the water as well, because if both players decide to take the water, of course they're not going to just let their opponent take the fish for nothing, and they will attempt to have a little bit of a grush. So it's not uncommon to see grushing, but at the same time, because the map is very open on the front, it's not a very easy wall to say the least. It's possible, but it's not always easy. It's a little bit awkward to wall off fully. We see people playing quite aggressively on land as well, playing with archers and stuff, as these guys playing as Mayans likely to go for archers there. A huge deer patch right here. That is a lot of deer. Fairly far from DauT's TC, so he might not risk going there just yet, but that could be pretty useful to him later on. As you can see as well, DauT does have 3 boar on the front. TheViper has 3 boar over here as well, so there is quite a bit of food on this map. There's also deer back here for TheViper as well, and of course, in addition to that, we do have all of the fish in the water as well, which can be taken a little later on. A villager already going over for DauT right now to get a dock down nice and early, and he's going to aim to get those fishing ships up, potentially going with 4 fishing ships before going up to the feudal age. That's usually the standard number, or maybe even 5 if he is a little bit slower. Should go with that dock right now, and he'll get those fishing ships up fairly soon, getting his first boar in as well, as is TheViper. And Viper moving villagers down here to take this deer, and this deer patch is actually really nice for him. He's got 7 deer right there. It's right at the back, so if DauT decides to drush or anything like that, he can very easily just block this off and keep his villagers safe. So this is a really nice deer patch. As I said earlier though, DauT does have a lot of deer over here. Not the best placement for them though. I mean, it's kind of risky, as DauT, if he did put villagers here and a drush came in from TheViper, he could lose a couple of villagers. I mean, it's quite far from the town centre, and a 3 or 4, maybe even 5 militia drush could take them out pretty quickly. Oh, DauT getting very close to the town centre with TheViper there, almost losing his Eagle Warrior, just 5 HP left on that, and that was very close indeed. What is TheViper going to do over here? Sending his scout over. He's probably not going to get hit by the town centre though. DauT's micro being very messy these last few games, so that is not so good for him at all. Almost losing his Eagle Warrior to the TC right there, and oh my Jesus, TheViper coming into DauT's base, and you may have seen Eagle Warriors stealing 1 boar before, but TheViper running in right there, taking both boar from DauT, and my god, if he pulls this off, that's going to be pretty incredible. His Eagle Warrior with only 9 HP, so he's got to be very careful not to take any more boar hits, but this could be huge for him. If he steals 2 boar, he's already got 3 boar of his own. That's going to be a total of 5 boar for him, and that is going to be absolutely insane. Trying to pick off DauT's Eagle Warrior there. DauT, of course, not wanting to have any of this. Both Eagle Warriors on 1 HP. This is so close, and it looks like the Viper could lose his Eagle here, or maybe this boar will run back. DauT trying to block it. Of course, there's so little HP on these Eagles, and there we go. Viper losing his Eagle Warrior, but the Viper gonna manage to take 1 boar away, and at the very least delay this boar from DauT being able to gather it. And that was just, wow, that was really nice. If you'd have actually managed to pull that off, that would have been absolutely incredible. Even so, managing to get 1 boar, that gives him a total of 4, and that means he's going to have a pretty big food boost, or a food increase. Boost. Yeah, boost. What's wrong with boost? That's fine. It always makes me laugh though how, you know, when you target a villager to attack a boar or a deer or something, they always bring a bow and arrow out and they attack it. It just makes me wonder, you know, that Eagle Warrior there with 1 HP, that Eagle was just asking to have an arrow to the face, and if he'd have actually been able to, you know, pull out a bow and arrow and attack it, he would have killed DauT's Eagle there. But DauT managing to get the Eagle away. As you can see now though, he is just scouting the shoreline to see if the Viper's actually going to take a dock anywhere. He's already checked down here, he's not seen a dock. It's unlikely that there'll be one in this corner. It's better to put the dock on the side a little bit further forward so that you have more access to fish. And he's just going to check. It's no dock from the Viper, but of course he does have that extra boar now. He is also starting a drush as well, and it looks like it's just going to be 3. Yeah, it's just going to be 3 militia. But that's all good for him. Going to move over now with 3 militia and see what he can see what he can find. Might be able to do some harassment on the wood of DauT right here. And it's kind of actually fortunate that DauT did go for the fishing ships over here, though I'm not actually sure they're gathering anything. It doesn't look like they're actually... They're all idle. DauT, what are you doing with your fishing ships? I was like, what the hell? I was just saying though, it is a good job that he actually did go for these fishing ships. If he had not done this, he would have been so far behind with food, and that could have been absolutely catastrophic for him. Obviously, the Viper now going to have 4 boars of his own. DauT going to have just the 2, but if he didn't have these fishing ships out on the water, he really would be struggling for food now. He has clicked up to the feudal age. The Viper not clicking up just yet. He's actually a little bit further behind with that, but he is going to have more food overall, I think. Though at the same time, he still doesn't have the fishing ships. So once the benefit of that extra boar is worn out, once these deer have been depleted, he's actually going to be a little bit worse off for food unless he starts to take some fish of his own somewhere. So actually, DauT not really far behind. Even though he did lose that boar, it's not too much of a big deal for him. He's going to be okay for now, as he does have these fishing ships on the water. Something that we do see though is that if the Viper knows he's taking fish, and I don't know if he's find out or not, because he's not actually scouted the shoreline at all, but when he sees that DauT is going to reach the feudal age before him, I think he's going to pretty much assume that DauT has gone for some fish, and the Viper now going to move a villager over to the waterline to make a dock of his own, no doubt. That's exactly what this villager is going over there for. But, you know, DauT is going to see this, he's going to know it. The Viper attracting the attention of 2 wolves right there, and that is not good. This villager already pretty low on HP from these wolves. He's not done any damage to them yet, and I don't really know what DauT is going to do there, but the Viper just punching the Eagle Warrior in the face with that villager, and that villager did end up killing the Eagle Warrior there. The Viper though is going to lose this villager right now, and that's kind of unfortunate for him. Didn't even hit the wolves once, but oh well. So he's not actually going to get a dock up for the time being, but he's going to know that DauT has fish. He's got to know that DauT has fish because DauT did up before him, and the only real explanation to that would be if DauT did take the fish. So the Viper likely now to try and get a dock up and take out the water of DauT. He's still got his his militia hanging around. He's not really done much with these. It looks like he's just scouted more than anything. He's not actually attacked any villagers or anything from what I can tell. But if we have a look at his resources, he's going to go straight in with a fast castle. He's almost got the food for it already. He's going to have the gold. He has got the gold for it. He's just waiting for his blacksmith and his archery range to be completed, and he will upgrade to the castle age straight away. And that's going to be a very nice time. As I said, the benefit from these the extra boar and the deer does mean that he gained food very, very rapidly. Though his food income at the moment probably going to be less than DauT overall, because of course he has now got no really fast income. He has no fish, and DauT does. So DauT going to have a reasonable food income. He's still got these deer to take if he wants them. He's actually moving some villagers over there now. Of course, Viper could do some damage with his militia to that, but the main thing to note is that the Viper now is upgrading to the castle age. If we have a look at DauT right now, he's way away from upgrading. He's even gone with 3 archery ranges, so he's going to go for 3 archers at a time, and that's going to be a really, really big feudal rush. He's going to try and do what damage he can to the Viper's eco, I imagine, but the Viper going to be going up to the castle age. He could get crossbow pretty quickly, but again, it's going to be a little bit risky, I think, for the Viper here, because whilst yet he has got 2 archery ranges and he might have crossbow very soon, DauT's actually going to have a much bigger army by the time the Viper actually gets up to the castle age, and he could even find himself holding the Viper off, even though he will have crossbows for the time being, and manage to buy himself some time. So that could be really good for him if he just manages to keep his production up, making skirmishes as well, which is going to slow his castle time down a little bit, but he is going to have a very large land army now, and he will be taking deer as well. He's also still got the fishing ships, as I said, so his food income is pretty decent, and I don't think castle age is going to be too far away for him, but it's inevitable, of course, that Viper going to hit castle first. He's almost researched the castle age upgrade, and fletching just coming in as well, so we'll see bodkin arrow and likely see crossbow straight away. One thing I think would be nice for the Viper here though is to try and stop these fishing ships from really giving DauT an advantage. Viper of course could go with a fire ship once he reaches the castle age. I've seen that happen so many times on this map. If you lose the water or something, you end up with a fast castle. You can end up taking the water pretty quickly if you get a fire ship out, and the Viper could do that. We'll have to wait and see. These deer are about to just be finished off now, and now the Viper going to pretty much transition into mainly just taking gold and wood, so he can get his economy going pretty nicely and continue production of crossbows. Moving out some archers across the map, and DauT really leaving these deer quite late here. Crossbows are about to come over right now, and he could find himself losing a villager or two, so a very long way back to the town centre, and the Viper going to come in with some crossbows. This villager right here probably going to die, and I think DauT likely to be trying to wall this off here, but he's obviously given himself a little bit of time now to actually react to that and move his villagers away. Kind of unfortunate. He's going to lose this this deer patch. Does mean that his food income is going to be hindered slightly, but he does have a pretty large ground army as well. He's got a lot of skirmishes in there. He does have +1 completed. Viper actually doesn't have bodkin arrow just yet. He's not researching it either, so DauT should be able to actually take this fight pretty easily. Viper having to run away, losing 2 crossbows already, a third potentially. Nope, doesn't look like he's going to catch him, but he could move back onto this deer patch right now, as he does have a reasonably good land army. As you can see, Viper very low on food at the moment, which is probably going to hinder him slightly with making villages. Oh no, he's going to be okay. He's got plenty of farms. I was going to say his food income could be a little low now, but he's got enough farms there to sustain production from his town centres for now. Actually adding in a dock as well, so that is to be the case, and adding a fire ship also. He should, in theory, now be able to actually take out some of these fishing ships at the least, and try and slow DauT's food income down a little bit. DauT though moving out with his crossbows, with his archers and skirmishers. Viper gonna fight downhill. He's got a fair few crossbows and a few skirmishes of his own. +2 still not completed. It's got to be on the way. There we go. 60% right now, and once +2 is done, the Viper really is going to be able to clean this up pretty easily, even though DauT does have, well, he did have a number advantage. So DauT now going to have to fall back. He's losing a little bit on the water here. He's going to lose this galley for sure. Viper adding in another fire ship as well, and DauT likely to be adding more galleys as well of his own. So he's going to try and stop this fire ship. It's going to be quite hard for him though. Fire ship's pretty effective against galleys, and DauT's micro not the best from what we've seen so far. So a little bit risky for DauT right now on the water. He could lose a lot of fishing ships here. He could lose his galleys as well, and that is certainly not something that he wants to happen. Again though, he still has the larger land army. He is producing from 3 archery ranges as opposed to the Viper's 2, and he's struggling still because he doesn't have that range upgrade. Obviously +2 for the Viper here does mean he does have a range advantage, and it means he's able to get those shots off a little earlier, pick off some units, move out of range, move back into range, and DauT just knows really he can't fight this head on because Viper's micro is very far superior at this stage. So DauT going to be looking to hit Castle Age fairly shortly, and he's about to do that right now. He's clicked up already, and he will upgrade crossbows straight away and just try and keep his army safe until the Viper until he can upgrade his units and actually attack the Viper head on. Losing a bit on the water though, all his fishing ships pretty much gone. Viper taking the score lead now thanks to taking out all those fishing ships and the galleys as well. And that's certainly not so good. The Viper does already have his 3 TCs up, and DauT right now just building up his second. As I said, he's been very late to advance up to the Castle Age, but he's had to do it this way, otherwise he would have just got steamrolled by the Viper's crossbows. He needed some units to be able to defend himself with. He's a little bit ahead in the upgrades though, so he could push out right now and do some damage to the Viper. He does of course have the larger army. He's ahead in the upgrades as well, but the Viper's micro has been pretty good so far, managing to take out 2 crossbows there just for the price of 1. There's 4, and his micro so good in these games at the moment. Even though he's got the numbers disadvantage, he's still managed to get at least equal or more kills right there, and that is pretty damn good for him. Starting to batter through this palisade wall as well, still only on the 2 archery ranges as opposed to DauT's 3, so DauT in theory should have the larger army here, but the Viper is certainly getting further ahead in economy. Let's have a look at the population. It's 55 for DauT right now, and the Viper is up on 61. And if we have a look at the size of his army right now, I'd say they were pretty much even, maybe DauT even in the lead, so Viper certainly has the bigger economy at this stage of the game. It's undoubted, yeah, DauT definitely has the larger army here. It's 14 crossbows for the Viper and 19 for DauT. So if you compare the populations there, it's clear that Viper does have the stronger economy. He has got plenty of farms coming up, so he will be preparing himself for the Imperial Age inevitably. He'll also probably start taking some stone fairly soon as well, because of course he will want a castle. Obviously Mayans, they're powerful plumed archers are really what win them the game, so crossbows for the Castle Age, and then once you get to Imperial, start making those plumed archers, but of course you will need to take some stone first. And the Viper still inside of DauT's base. It looks like though he could be walking into a bit of a trap here. DauT on both sides, bringing his army in from behind as well, but Viper's micro still pretty good, managing to take out more crossbows still, and he's just managing to take out so many units, and DauT is really not trading very well. Viper just absolutely owning that, and even though he has the upgrade disadvantage, still managing to wipe out that army from DauT right there. DauT coming in from behind, Viper just going to go pick off some villages where he can, keep himself in the lead economically, and he's really making the full use of these crossbows, certainly making them very worthwhile, and even though he's going to lose them all, he did get a very good trade there. Quite a few crossbows killed and a few villagers as well, even going to escape with 2 by the looks of things. And he's also taken the water as well, so it's looking pretty good for the Viper right now. He's got the score lead back, his economy is in top shape, building a university right now, so he might get ballistics before he goes up to the Imperial Age. He could save it for later, however, and just use the university as one of his 2 Castle Age buildings. But for the time being, he's just working on his economy. He's not investing too heavily in military, but he still has a reasonable amount of crossbows to defend himself from DauT's army. DauT with Yeah, a lot of crossbows right there, but still, if we have a look at the population, it's 74 for the Viper, 68 for DauT, and he does have a good 10 military extra. Viper, though, putting a siege workshop up on the front, he does know that DauT has a lot of crossbows, so building this siege workshop is certainly a good idea. He also knows that he does have an extra archery range, so he knows he's going to be outnumbered eventually. But Viper, his micro's just been, as I said, so good, and he's been able to really make the full worth of these crossbows, managing to trade very well even though he's been outnumbered, and that is really starting to help him out a lot. Let's have a look. I see more red on the water down here, starting to take some fish as well, so we will get a little bit of a food boost from that, make full use of all the resources on the map. But as you can see, DauT just has so many crossbowmen here, and he should, in theory, be able to take out the Viper's army pretty conclusively. But the Viper moving left and right so nicely, managing to dodge most of DauT's volleys of arrows, and he's just killing so many crossbowmen and not losing anything at all. He's lost maybe 2 crossbows there at the price of 5 or 6, and DauT forced back, and this is really where DauT just seems to be a little out of practice. The Viper's micromanagement is just so good, and now with this siege workshop up as well, a mangonel about to come out, and if he gets a big mangonel shot, he can really do a huge amount of damage to this army, and just really cut through it. If he lands a mangonel shot, even though he does have less crossbows now, he could end up killing this entire army. DauT coming forwards, this is really risky. He's putting himself up in here. The mangonel comes out and the shot goes off. It's going to get one, do a little bit of damage to a couple of others. DauT immediately putting it on wide stance and bringing the mangonel back. Now 1 HP left on that. DauT losing a lot of units to the mangonel already. One more shot, another 3 crossbows down, and Viper's going to clear this up so easily. He makes it look so easy, and DauT, I don't really have any idea what he was doing there, just bringing his crossbows in like that. I think he was trying to take the high ground to take out the Viper's army and continue killing these villagers, but the Viper mangonel coming out at just the right time managed to take all of the crossbows out, and DauT really is left with nothing. His economy certainly not in the best of shape. It's not really behind massively, but the Viper just managed to get his economy rolling a lot earlier, and he did have a lot more villagers out, and after losing that army, I just think DauT lost all confidence there, resigning and giving the Viper the game. I don't know really why the game is a little bit bugged out here. It doesn't say that DauT resigned or anything like that, but he definitely did. The Viper taking this game, making the series currently level pegging at 2 apiece. So stay tuned, because game 5 will be coming up very shortly. As I said, I want to try and get all of the games casted by Sunday, because I will be going to Greece next Tuesday. I'll be flying out to Greece. I will have internet access over there. I don't know how good it's going to be, but I'm going to be taking my laptop, my headset and my mouse, and I will be doing some commentaries from Greece as well. As I said, I don't know what my laptop, what the internet's going to be like over there, so it could be really awkward for me to upload videos, but I will try my hardest to get some videos up. As well as that, there will be a lot of work for me to do, because I'll be working in a bar over there, so I'm likely to be working 7 days a week, so I will try and upload videos where I can, but of course, because I'm going to be on my laptop, it does mean that I won't be able to upload in 1080p. I'll have to upload in 720 in a lower resolution. But when I get back from Greece in September, I'll be able to continue uploading from my big PC and continue with the 1080p videos. So I will keep you informed about that as I go. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. As usual, I've been Zach, and I'll see you next time.